What's going on, my friends? We have been on the road a lot of the day already. I'm in right outside of Roanoke, Virginia, off of I-81. I'm heading to Pennsylvania. Still debating because it's got me like 9 o'clock getting to Wilkes-Barre. I don't know. I may stay somewhere outside of Wilkes-Barre. We'll see. I'm just had to stop at a Dunkin' Donuts at this place just outside of Roanoke. The interstate like it was backing up, so I'm gonna navigate my way back to I-81 and go. But got me some Dunkin' Donuts coffee is good. It's a lot better than Starbucks, but there is a difference, I believe, in a good cup of coffee that's not Folgers. I mean, I don't mind making it at the house, but if it's done right and a good creamer, you can tell. But it's decaf. That's the way it is. But coffee is my vice, folks. That's what it is. But I am not a whole lot going on today, just kind of driving. I'm going to get up there tomorrow afternoon. More likely I'll be at Newport Beach, Rhode Island, so that's where I'll kind of start. If anything cool comes along, you know it, but I'm going to cut you in. So anyway, I'm going to get off here and we'll get back on the road. Let's see what we can accomplish here today. It'd be kind of cool. What's up, guys? I hope you're well. I think this evening, instead of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, I'm going to stay in Harrisburg. As soon as I got up here in Northern Virginia, man, some heavy storms, quick, short ones that went across I-81. Man, I was getting gas. It was so bad on the interstate, I couldn't even see. I had to stop. So I went and got gas, and I went to reach to get the pump to do it, and all of a sudden this wind kicked in like something touched down, and I heard somebody yell something. I'm like, I cap on it, ran inside just to get out of it to see what in the world was going on. But that storm was heavy, soaked me. But anyway, I think Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, as far as I'm going. I think what I might try to do, and if I decide to, I may stay at a Love's Travel Center or something there tonight. I haven't done that. It's a lot of YouTubers that rave about that. Cool things, you have everything there right there with you, and it's might be a little noisy, but I think a lot of people get a good night's sleep there. But you know, there's a Cracker Barrel down the street, and there's also a Planet Fitness for a shower. So I'm just gonna play it by ear here. I'm not in a hurry. I'm just trying to let this weather pass. So I'm thinking there's a line of weather up towards where Harrisburg is. It's all coming across. So by the time I get to Harrisburg, that weather would be hopefully across and done. So let's see. Just got to be careful. That's all we can be. And as always, when something cool comes along, you know I'll cut you in. Alrighty. So I'm in Hagerstown, Maryland. I kept thinking Hagerstown, Pennsylvania, but I forgot that when you come out of Virginia, you got a little tiny sliver of West Virginia and a little tiny sliver of Maryland before you get into Pennsylvania. But the weather got real bad, and it's just raining, and it got dark, so I just said, you know, I'm not in a hurry. Doesn't matter. I'm going to do something tonight that I normally wouldn't do. It kind of goes against sleeping in this thing, but I'm going to tonight, as far as I know, unless there's some other night on this trip that I have to stay in one, I'm going to get in a hotel room tonight. Because Hagerstown, Maryland, chime in if you know about Hagerstown. It's not D.C., Maryland, because I dang sure wouldn't stay in this or an RV dead in damn D.C., Maryland, or Baltimore, or Washington, D.C., or New York City. No. Now, surprisingly, if you watch Less Junk, More Journey, and you watch that channel Nomadic Movement, there's an RV park in the middle of New York City, and it's nice. And they roll right up in the city, and it's all secured, and not one problem. I'd love to stay in that at least one night. I know, but New York City's crazy. It's dangerous. It's just the thought of it right now. It's just not, things aren't good in New York City right now. It's just with the crime and everything going on. But hopefully that'll get better soon. But I think I'm going to get a hotel room. We're going to go that route just tonight. Just kind of got my mind on that. Kind of chill out. I want to sit down and do some work on my laptop. And I was going to sit here at this Love's, and I was actually going to spend the night here at this Love's. But the problem is it's in a real industrial area, and there's not a lot around, and it's real weird, and I got to be careful on that deal. So if you don't know the area, it's like a gut feeling thing. You got to be careful on that deal, you know. But other than that, I wouldn't care. I mean, I see RV vans parked over there. It's cool. They're okay. I don't think anybody's going to mess with them. I think they're fine over here. I think it's just fine. But I just feel like tonight staying in a hotel room. Plans got changed. Tonight I would have been staying over at a friend's house. I was going to go see a really good friend of mine and stay over there for a day or two before I headed up here. But I think that might be on the way back down. I don't know. but we'll see. Play that one by ear. That's all we can do. So anyway, we'll see what Hagerstown, Maryland has to offer in the morning. We're going to hit the road and head towards I'm going to head towards the coast of Rhode Island, Newport, Rhode Island. Chime in if you know about Newport, but by the time this video comes out, I'll have probably already been there. So, but chime in anyway, because I can always, next time, if I miss something, go back and see it again. I'm hitting some spots in New England I missed the last time, and going to get up in Canada. So we'll keep you posted on it. Tell you, hotel industry can be a racket, but and it can be expensive too. But I'll tell you, here in Hagerstown, Maryland, I thought the room would be a lot more. I stayed in here at the Hampton Inn, and this is probably the nicest Hampton Inn I've ever stayed in. I've stayed in Hampton Inns before, but I think Hilton bought them out and they've stepped it up. Really nice. I'm impressed. Can't complain on that deal. Got me a really good shower, and you get everything you could want here, man. Besides, hey, the TV says, "Welcome, Chris." Hell, back in the day, you'd be lucky if the TV even worked in your hotel room. Now it's saying, "Welcome," and has your name on it when you walk in the room. Anyway, be that amazing. I've stayed in a lot of nice hotels, and I've stayed in some crappy hotel rooms. Oh, my trip back in 2022, I think it was, I went across the country in my Honda HR-V. Man, some of the rooms. One place I stayed at was really cool, called the High Country Motor Lodge in Flagstaff, Arizona. It was so cool. It really was cool. Go watch that. The High Country is a nice place. It really was. I was on my way to Vegas. So, but I'm going to leave out of here. And I think I'm looking at like RV parks that are campgrounds around Newport, Rhode Island. There's a couple I'm going to look at. And if not, there's one about 25, 30 miles around the bend just in Massachusetts. Like in New England, everything's just close together. Like I can get to Portland, Maine in 4 hours, 5 hours if I take Highway 1 from Providence, Rhode Island. I mean, I'm not stopping at, Cape Cod and that whole island thing. I did that the last time. You can go watch that video. It's beautiful, really is. And there's a really cool RV park campground there. Those people were so nice. It was like $55 for the night back then. And that was 2021 when I was in my van, my RV. Nicest people. I mean, some of these places you think, your hotels and your RV parks would be a lot more, but around Newport Beach, though, in Rhode Island, one of them said they were all booked out, but they didn't say tent site, so that's really all I need. I'll check with that tomorrow. We'll stay down there. I'm just trying to think. I might stay down there for maybe a couple of days or something. We'll see. I'll get down there. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep you posted. Checkmate. Wrong game. What's going on, folks? Today, I just made a quick stop here in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Last night, everything went well with the hotel. I stayed at the Hampton Inn in Hagerstown. It was really nice. Hilton bought them out. They did a great job. I tell you, it's one of the nicest places I've stayed at in a while. It really is. But I'm actually right in the same spot here where I stayed back in my RV in 2021 here in Wilkes-Barre. It was just a reference point for me to stop. Plus, I hit the bathroom and then stop. I've got to hit an ATM, but I've got to call the RV park in Newport, Rhode Island, and it just dawned on me that it's Labor Day weekend. Yeah, we might not find a spot down there near Newport. There's 1,000,001 places to stay, so we're going to make it happen no matter what. So no matter what, we're going to make it happen. We really are. Let's see what we can get ourselves into on that, shall we? So this is why I love traveling this country, man. You stop and see the coolest things and the nicest people, and people, if you sat there and listened to the media all the time, you wouldn't live your life right. They'd make you think the world hates you. And that's not the case, my friends. Going through Pennsylvania here towards New York. I stopped the rest area. It said, free coffee, safety break. Of course, I don't think the scouts are doing it all the time, but they may be doing different things, raising money. So I get up and it's Troop 401 in Hawley, Pennsylvania. The scouts there. And I was a scout as a kid. I did the whole Philmont experience and got right up to about my Eagle Scout, which is a whole different conversation. And something very awful happened, and I was not aware that it happened when we moved my records, they weren't all on computer back then. All the stuff I had done and earned up to that point, I handed to a guy to take up to the council office where we were at there in the Memphis, Tennessee area, and he lost them. Nobody knows where they went. The lady said we had no record of anything, and you're wanting to get your Eagle Scout? I'm like, what the hell? I said, ma'am, do you know how much stuff I have in there that I've done that I could never go back and do again? That goes to go into Philmont and everything else? No documentation of it. I was going to do my community service project, so that's my story of being a scout. But yeah, I walk up to the table, the nicest people. And I gave them a $5 bill of donation. I got me a cup of coffee. So we got hot dogs. I said, well, can't eat the bun, but I'll eat the dog. And I grabbed one. So I hooked the scouts in Holly, Pennsylvania up the best I could and stopping to meet some nice people. She said, well, we don't have decaf. We're trying to keep everybody awake on the road. I said, I had it earlier. But I got a little bit again. I'm going to be all buzzed out. I'll probably be up late tonight doing music. I don't have anywhere I need to be anyway, so I am trying to get down there to Newport though, because they do have, I don't know if I mentioned that they do have some tent sites left, but they're going to make me book 3 nights. So if I do it, I'll book the 3 nights and I'll do it. You know, it's Labor Day weekend. I forgot about that, but we're still not without places to stay, folks. We're going to be all right. We'll get it done. So with that said, we're back on the road. I'll tell you, folks, we need these in South Carolina. They've got them in Connecticut here, these service centers. Basically, they're rest areas with a gas station and convenience stores and everything like a Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, Subway, Sbarro, you name it. They've got them in Kansas like this. It's so cool. We need them in South Carolina. So I'm near Milford. I guess it's Milford, Connecticut, outside of New Haven. Stopped at one of these cool service center places. We got to have these in South Carolina. They're so cool. It's basically a rest area. If you're from Connecticut, you know it, you get it. Where you have a lot of eating places, and it's just so nice. It really is pretty cool. State funded and state profited, which I think is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with the state doing it. I think it would be a smart thing to do. But I'm so pissed, man. I got a ticket in Pennsylvania, man. Right around Pike County, Pennsylvania. Can't remember where the town, Milford, Pennsylvania or something. I'm Milford everywhere today. I just get the hell out of this Milford and get on with it. You know, I'm about an hour from Rhode Island. I'm just going to get south of a suburb there, the Providence area. I'm going to stay there tonight and I'll get out tomorrow. But find me a Panera Bread, eat a salad, and see if I can get some work done. I think it's what we're going to do. But I just gotten off 81. 3 miles behind me, there was some construction. So I got to find out, man. He put work zone on and it wasn't. There was no construction where he pulled me over, where I even turned. I got off the interstate, took a right there, and I was pulling into a gas station to get gas. I hear these sirens. I go, well, I got out the road out of their way. You know, I didn't know. Pull up to the gas pump, look behind me. He's behind me. I'm like, God, dog, what did I do? And it dawned on me. I bet I didn't stop at that stop sign. I'm so used to where I live. When you get off the interstate, you merge. It's yield signs. You don't have to stop. You just acknowledge it. I creeped. I stopped. I got a complete stop. Because like I said, I'm not going to say that I stopped. 200%, I guarantee you, I probably didn't. It was a rolling kind of creep stop. We call it South Carolina rolling stop. And everybody has their own, you know, thing for it. And I didn't see him anywhere. But I was looking, make sure nobody's coming safely. We're good. And he popped me for that. And I don't want that on my record. I hadn't gotten a ticket in 23 years, and when I did, it was like less than 10 miles an hour, and they threw it out of court then. But fuck, I'm gonna call the traffic attorney there in that area and let him tell me if it's a few $100s for him to go to court to get this waived and dropped off my record. I'll do it, but I'm not getting my hopes up. It's $171. I mean, they tell you on the roadside what it's going to cost you. It used to be you didn't even know. You had to call and find out. But the trooper, I was talking to him, you know, I mean, trying to get in that Southern charm to talk but I just said, listen, man, I just wasn't paying attention, man. I'm so used to that. And he wasn't in for small talk. He was just like, well, you know, I'll be run this, I'll be back. And he's like, listen, the cops in Pennsylvania were everywhere. I mean, I haven't seen so many police on the road in a long time. I mean, you know, holiday weekend, they're out in South Carolina and other states. And, you know, Georgia's tough and Alabama. Pennsylvania's tough, man. I gotta give it to him. Those guys are. His guy was all just the facts, brutal in that deal. So that was my day. Not gonna let it ruin my day. Hell no. But anyway, I'm gonna get to Rhode Island, see what we can situate here for the evening, and we'll get back to you. So when there's an overlook, we gotta stop because we're not in a hurry. This is outside of New London, Connecticut, which is beautiful over here. And this is the historic Mystic, Connecticut overlook. The Mystic River. And I have heard of that before. I don't know about you, but that's pretty cool. If you look out, it looks like historical boats out in the harbor. That's pretty cool. Beautiful, man, I tell you. They got a ferry going across the bay taking cars. And there's a sub base here, Gales Ferry, which is pretty cool. So it's beautiful. I think I'd get a shot of that real quick. Trying to get used to this element. It's a bit smaller than my RV or my van was, I can promise you that. Sleeping in it's not a problem. It's cool. Everything's long enough for me to a certain degree. What I'm trying to do is get comfortable and used to this. But the thing is these guys live in these elements. They have a platform bed where you can store stuff under. It gives them room to be able to get up and move to the front. And that's all great and all, but element's almost too small for anything long term for me. But I wanted to take it on this trip because I think it'd been kind of cool. But it's just trying to be careful at places you stay. You have to be more cognitive. And I think the cool thing is these Cracker Barrels are so cool. They really are. So that they are. I'm around about 4, 5, 6 RVs and in a quiet little suburb of Providence, Rhode Island. So it's pretty cool. So I gonna go wander around tomorrow to Rhode Island and see what's happening. Kind of see what it is that I'm gonna do the next few days. I'm not gonna cross over into Canada until the first of the week, get past Labor Day weekend, because I assume, excuse my hand, I assume it's gonna be pretty busy. So other than that, I'm gonna get some sleep here. I had to get up in the morning, go get a shower, get me some good coffee, get myself rocking and rolling.